Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I created a filming set that really works for me and really elevates my brand and my videos without having to worry about setting up a whole physical background and pulling out all of the background holders and getting all those lights turned on. This is a way simpler setup. Nonetheless, if you want to be able to have a beautiful background and, kind of do it on a dime and a budget, stay tuned because I'm going to share all the details. And if this is the first time we're meeting, my name is Shamecca and I help online entrepreneurs to use video to grow and scale their business online. So let's hop in. So in today's video, I want to give you tips on how to create a filming set that is reflective of you and your brand. A lot of times when we're an entrepreneur and we're just getting started, we don't always have the big fancy budget to really be able to install custom cabinets, and that can cost up to several $1,000s, and that's just a lot of money to spend just for a pretty background. And so most people are not going to be able to do that. And the next best thing is like a backdrop, and those can be really cumbersome and frustrating to deal with that over several months and day in day out kind of thing. And so I'm one that I used virtual backgrounds for a while, and that totally worked and did everything I needed it to do, and it made me look and feel a lot more professional and have the confidence to show up online the way I would like to have my business represented. However, you get tired of setting up the backdrop stands, putting up the backdrops and making sure they're all tight and perfectly even and everything's lined up, especially if you have a background or a backdrop that's got lines and things like what you see behind me. It's really hard to get all of that lined up, and so it's just time consuming. And what I discovered was that was a friction point. And so whenever you find a friction point to where it's like you start not wanting to do the task that you need to do to basically grow and keep your business moving forward, then you've got to basically find a way around it. So that's what happened with me with virtual backdrops. I just got sick and tired of having to set up the whole thing and what have you. And so I was just like, I need to create a solid set that I can just basically set up my camera and my tripod and just a simple little ring light and just be able to hit the record button. And so that's exactly what this whole venture was all about for me. Before you go to the store or hop online and get to looking at things, I want you to kind of do a few little things beforehand, because this is going to make it really super easy, especially if you're going to be going to the store and looking at things, like different items to kind of pick. You're going to get overwhelmed very easily, or at least I do, because everything looks so pretty in the store and you're like, oh my gosh, that would be beautiful and that would be great. But then you bring it home and it's almost like it's a hodgepodge of things. When you start trying to put it together, it's like, oh God, this doesn't look good at all. And so that's one of the things that this little exercise, these tips are going to kind of help you with, is to kind of dial that in and get really clear on your look and vibe and feel that you want to create for your brand or for your videos or business, or even if you just want to be able to show up to a meeting for work, you can do that without having to worry about your background being camera ready. So for tip number one, you want to pick 3 to 5 colors that you're going to use to coordinate throughout your set background. And if you have a business, I would highly suggest you to use brand colors, brand specific colors, to kind of coordinate throughout your shelving units and just your whole setup that you're going to use and create for your filming set. And so for me, it was super easy because I just coordinated with my brand colors. So for tip number 2, you want to decide on the vibe and mood that you want to create for your brand, like the look and feel basically. And so for me, it was modern touches with a little bit of farmhouse chic looking stuff and some mixes of my brand colors, which were pinks, whites, blacks, and golds. And so that just kind of made me have that just that light airy feel and warm and cozy and inviting. So that was basically what I was wanting to create with my brand set, and just make it not be something too overpowering in the camera. I don't want my background to take away from the content that I'm sharing in the video. So I kind of tried to keep it as neutral as possible and just have pops of colors here and there, but not too overwhelmed, because at the end of the day, it's all about the content and all about our video. And so this is just an extra added bonus that your viewer is getting, and so you just kind of want to pay attention to that detail. And like I said earlier, I just wanted to be sure that I had created a really nice first impression, because a lot of times when someone lands on your video, it could be their first time or their maybe second or third time to your channel or to watch watching your videos. And one of the things is, if it's a first time viewer, first time impressions are like, they're important, and you never get a second chance to make a good first impression. And so for me, I really wanted to be sure that everything looked really good and nice and professional, and I was basically putting my business's best foot forward, if you will. And so that's why I definitely put a lot of emphasis on, creating professional and nice looking videos, because it really makes a difference online, and especially in your video. I want you to focus on your main 4 shelves. So for me, my main 4 shelves are this one right here, this one, and this one. And you can see little hints of this one down here on each side of me, but for the most part, you got to look at what is in the frame of your shot. And for the most part, it's those 4 shelves. And as you can see, the way I've got the camera set up right now, it's actually just half of those 4 shelves. And so you want to be very strategic on picking, items for that area. Now, don't get so, bogged down on trying to make sure you have it all right perfectly, because you can also move these items around, and you can also mix in items that you already have, especially if they tie in with your brand colors, because that's exactly what I did. Like you see right here, this is a cell phone holder that's holding a really cool poster that I got, and it basically just has, some kind of cute little saying on it and my name. And so I thought, oh, it looks so pretty and pink, and it matches, and so it can go there. But actually it's a cell phone holder, but it adds to my set. And so think about things that you can totally kind of use that you already have, pieces that could kind of work and complement your set. The next thing I would suggest is, when you go to the store, go to the store with a clear thought in mind of what you're looking for. So like, are you looking for golds? Are you looking for pink items? Are you looking for turquoise items? What exactly are you looking for? And you may, now this is where you can go online and really start kind of searching and do like a quick Google search or a quick Pinterest search and search pink office accessories or pink office decors. Whatever your color of choice is that you're wanting to decorate with, I would start from there, searching and seeing what comes up. And then you can start digging a little bit deeper. And then the other really cool thing about this, for me, my filming set and my office is in my living room. And so I had to kind of have some home touches to it. And so like this right here says thankful, grateful, blessed. And so that could work for my business or my home. But then also on the other side, it says home. And so depending on if I'm wanting to, which side I want to have board, I could have either or. But nonetheless, I was able to also incorporate books that I also already had. So like devotionals that I absolutely love, and like, just different books I had to kind of give different little tones. So say like some creams, grays, peaches / pinks. It just really helped to tie in the look. And so, like I said, don't get stuck on, oh my gosh, I don't have money to buy all these different things, because you can totally, like, right here behind this little black thing here, this is just a gift box, like a really nice gift box. And so I got that from like Walmart. But if you want to do it on kind of even more of a cheaper budget, if you have like, say, like wrapping paper that you've used that's like single color wrapping paper that maybe goes along with your brand colors, you could use that and wrap an Amazon gift box and kind of have that for temporarily. There's several different ways and fixes that you can kind of create things on a budget that is not going to break your budget, but give you a lot more bang for your buck in your videos and just make such a bigger impact. And so now let's take a tour of my office setup plus my filming studio area. Okay, so as you can see here, this is my living room, and it is like, this is the side we of course live on. This is all my unorganized stuff, besides my, my books up top, my binders. But nonetheless, this is my living room, and this is where basically all the, filming and working goes down, and me and my office and the whole nine. And so this area right here, of course, is my office area and desk. And I do have a little bit longer and larger of a desk because I really like to spread out when I'm working, and I'm working with using 2 different computers. One is my laptop, and then of course the other one is my desktop things. And of course, I keep my desk pretty clear because I do not like starting the day with a messy desk. It just drives me crazy and, makes me to where I cannot think. And so that does not work for me. And so I keep least amount of paper as possible. And anything that I do need a paper file of, it's going to be in this little accordion filer below down here at the very bottom on the bottom shelf of my little, filming set. And so the really cool thing that I did is like with the remotes for my ring light right here, I actually have it mounted with Velcro strips, and you just hit the on button, and then ta-da, your light comes on. And then you can just hit the off button, and then your your light will go back off. The really great thing about this room is I have two really big windows that give me a ton of light, especially at this time during the day. So I really try to take advantage of this time of the day whenever I'm filming, because I get a lot of natural light in here. But then I also have my light from my, just my fan up there. And then I have, ring lights and all of that. And of course, this is my Blue Yeti microphone. This is for when I'm, sitting and filming at my desk on my computer. I can use the Blue Yeti microphone. And over here is now the big area that we have been, just basically waiting to get to this whole entire time. I wanted to start making my filming go a lot easier versus me having to feel like I needed to get out a backdrop every time I needed to film a video. I just wanted to be able to either pull a chair over and pull a tripod over with a light and get going. I didn't want to have to fuss with a whole backdrop and whatnot, because I've done that for, the last 3 years with doing virtual backgrounds and, just regular backgrounds and what have you. And so it was really important for me to figure out some kind of way that I could, basically have a set that really reflected me and my business and my personality and give off the vibe that I wanted it to give. And so I totally think that this did that for me and why I dove so much into it. So this right here, these two shelves I got from Walmart.com, and I'll link them below. And the reason I picked these shelves is because they have this wood piece across the front that gives it a little bit more of a finished look. And so that was a really nice touch for me. And I knew that eventually I wanted to go back and add some caulk right here to really seal these edges up and make it, a little bit more finished looking. And I knew that there were other ideas that I had seen on other videos where you could put trim around it and really build it out to make it look even more custom than this right here. This is just kind of like, I'm getting it set up and I'm getting it going, and I'll work on it as I go. But ultimately, I never had the idea to use this rolling drawer. This rolling drawer actually would normally be under my desk right here, but the way this little corner is and the way I was trying to put these two shelves, the bigger shelves, together, it just wasn't going to work right if I had not, and I just pulled these two cabinets side by side, like at a vertical, like at an angle, but side by side. It was just too close of a shot. So when I was filming, I would not be able to get graphics and text and all those different things in my video that I would like to have. And so I was like, okay, I got to spread it out a little bit more. And so that's when I discovered, oh shoot, these cabinets are not going to be wide enough, together to be able to, have enough room to add all the extras into a video. And so I was like, okay, I've got to go on to plan B. And so this was plan B. But I do plan to get a more skinny, narrow, taller shelf to go right down the center here in the, in the future at some point. But for right now, this totally works. And so this right here is what my filming, set would, ideally look like on camera. It definitely, zoomed in, a tightened up shot here. And so this is basically all you're going to see. And so I knew that the rolling cart was not going to be an issue. I just needed to have something on the back wall there other than our wall. And our wall has got a texture to it that's a little uneven in places. So I was like, I'd like it to be a more brighter white. And then I thought, well, maybe I could just use one of my backdrops that I had to kind of give it that, that farmhouse shiplap look and all of those things. And so I used the shiplap backdrop. And I think it's going to work out pretty good for right now until I get, like I said, that center shelf that's going to go down the middle. However, these are each of the shelves. So this item up here, I actually got both of those notebooks from Walmart, and it's been years ago that I bought those notebooks, but I was like, oh, I can use those. Those can be like, just easy decorating items. And then the geometric shape right here, it just recently came from Walmart, so you shouldn't have a hard time finding it. And then these little coasters, I got these from, if you're not familiar with Michelle Cunningham, this is Michelle Cunningham, and she is amazing. I learned so much from her. I've taken a ton of her courses. And anyways, she gives you these amazing little coasters that say the cutest little sayings, and it even has your name on the coaster. So like this one says, Shamecca, you're like really pretty. And so like I always have these little coasters around because I was like, oh my gosh, they're the cutest little things ever. And so that's where those coasters came from. And then I also got these little lights right here, these little LED lights. You can actually push them or you can use a remote to control them. These right here are the remotes that they come with, and this controls all of the lights. So I bought 12 lights, and so I think I have 4 remotes, but basically one remote will do it all once you get all the batteries in all of them and turned on and that sort of thing. I mean, whenever you want to use the remote to turn it off, you just basically point it at the light, and then that's going to go off, and then you come on down to the next shelf here and you hit the off button. and then you come here, and then you hit the off button. So you have to kind of go shelf by shelf, but it's kind of nice. And sometimes you can get lucky and get a 2-for-1, which is even better, like I just did just now. So that is an option. But these are just little stick-on lights that have like a 3M pad that sticks it right up under here, and they take AAA batteries. So you will definitely want to get, you know, a good pack of batteries, because it's going to take 3 AAA batteries per one of these. But I don't keep these on all the time. This is just when I'm filming that I keep these on, or when I just want to be, you know, inspired and have my little pretty set, like, you know, lifting my mood or what have you. So this right here is like a vase that I got from Walmart, and I actually just put a bunch of little Christmas lights right in here, and it's just like that, you know, wire string little lights that you can get, especially like during Christmas time. You can get these little lights, and they run off of you can set them on a timer, and they will completely flicker, or you can, you know, choose how exactly you want the mode to be. I have those in there lit up, and they just stay lit all the time. If they're not lit all the time, this vase right here would be basically a turquoise. And so right here is just 2 books of Michelle's, because I really love this book. Definitely highly recommend reading it if you are in direct sales or network marketing, anything like that. So this next area right here is to kind of, you know, give a nod to the fact that I do filming, and I create videos and that sort of thing. So I had to have the little, you know, clapper for the video. And then this right here is candles, and I really like these candles because, one, it comes with a remote. How cool is that? They will flicker and move whenever you change the modes on here, and so you can kind of see the flame dancing around, like, you know, it looks like a real candle, but it's totally just, you know, like a plastic candle. And these candles, they take 2 AA batteries. So all of this is definitely going to be battery powered, so, you know, use sparingly so you don't have to use a ton of batteries up. And then these little guys, these little succulents, I got these from Amazon, and they came in a 2-pack with a little bit of gold marbling, and so I totally love those, because I was like, oh, those definitely are me. And they've got some pink and they've got some gold, and so it worked out, you know, to kind of go along with my brand colors. And then this down here, this is a sign that I created and you know, myself, and had printed, and so it's on a canvas. And then this is just some other pink pretty things that I had: a notebook, a glass with just some iridescent shred, and then some more you know, little things down here. And then you get right here to the center, and I can tell you this is my drawers. So in my drawers, this is everything that, you know, you would normally have inside of a desk drawer. So I have everything that you could possibly need. As you see, I am fully stocked with batteries and tape. Oh, and here's another little side tip that I wanted to be sure I mentioned. Okay, so this right here is the tape that goes into a label maker. And you know how on here, on these shelves, actually I missed a few dots if you look, for a few holes back here. These shelves, you can adjust them to whatever height you want them to be at. And once you get that decided and figured out, then you can actually caulk these holes, or you can, you know, just leave them exposed. A lot of people do, but for me, I was like, I've got to cover these up. That's going to drive me crazy in my videos. So I used this label maker tape here and covered them up. Now you can see them when I'm up close like this, but as far as in a video, they're not that noticeable, and not a lot of people are gonna, you know, really comment on, hey, I see you covered up your holes with some kind of sticker or what have you. So that's what I used to basically cover them up. However, you can caulk them and all that good jazz, but you want to be solid on it so you don't have to drill that all back out. This is, in this drawer, all of the wires and chargers and what have you that I need to kind of keep everything charged up, running, and all that good stuff, and any kind of holders that I need for my cell phone for filming. And then, of course, down here, this is where I am currently keeping like my boxes for any kind of new microphones I've got, any kind of new stuff, new products, instructions, that sort of thing, stickers for products and what have you. That's all in that drawer. And of course down here there's just even more kind of like, you know, just chalkboard type markers, chalk, and then chalk itself, Velcro strips, because I use a lot of those, and then I've got glue sticks and just more, you know, kind of office stuff. And so this little star book holder here, I've had it for quite some time, but you can get it on Amazon, and so I'll be sure to link it below. And so this brings us right over here to this shelf. I just put, like, these are books that I have had for several, you know, for over the years that I've kind of just bought and collected. And so I have basically put these together and just, you know, made them look pretty on here, and I picked books that match like their spine or their, basically the book cover, or if it matched my decor, I decided to go with it. Okay, so that was what made the cut, if you will. That right there is one of my succulents with 2 books and, a little paperweight. This is just a random product here that I have on here, but however, it's a paperweight, and I've always loved it and thought it was pretty, but it definitely is not my brand colors, but it's a little different, so that's why I put this little notebook up here with this little orange, pink, and blue background. And then of course this brings you to the second shelf. I ordered this little guy, this crystal tree. I ordered that off of Amazon, and then this birch box plant, I got this from Walmart, so I'll be sure to kind of link this stuff so you can easily find it. Also, this right here, Thankful, Grateful, Blessed, I got that from Walmart as well. And then I've got the tracking camera, got that from Amazon, and then the phone holder, got that from Amazon, and I've already went over the coasters. And then of course right here my headphones, and so the headphones, I got those off of Amazon as well. These little bins, wire gold bin baskets, I got this from the Dollar Tree. And then the turquoise box, I actually got it from Walmart. And so, like, as you see, I've definitely mixed it up with where I've gotten everything from, but it just makes it, kind of tie together and look cohesive, because like I said earlier, you just want to be sure that you keep it all like brand color specific, so that way when you start putting these items together, everything starts to kind of match and not look like you've, just randomly gotten a bunch of items and then tried to put them together, versus you went in with a clear thought and a clear, this is the look and goal I have in mind, and it's just going to come across a lot better. And then of course down at the bottom, this is any kind of paperwork that I need to file, keep up with, throughout the year. It's all going to go into this accordion filer here, and anything other than that, it's going to get thrown away if I don't need it. I do not like to have a lot of paper and clutter. It drives me crazy, and so that's why I have made it a point to have just one specific area for paper and all of that fun stuff. So let me span back out, and so this right here is basically how I normally film now. It's very minimal. It's not a whole bunch of stuff, and I don't have to worry about a backdrop holder, and that is really nice because it gives me a lot of room to be able to move around a lot more freely, and be able to just set up real quickly and get to filming a video. And it's not a lot of effort and just things I feel like I gotta do before I can even really get started filming. So that's the really cool thing about this new setup that I have created for myself, and I will be sure to link everything in the descriptions area below, and just so you're able to check it all out. And thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye!